Then Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept over him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants and the physicians to embalm his father. So the physicians embalmed Israel. And 40 days were spent for this is the time to be spent for embalming. And the Egyptians wept for him 70 days. And when the days of weeping for him had passed, Joseph spoke to the house of Pharaoh, saying, If I have found favor in your eyes, please speak in the hearing of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Now I am about to die in my grave, which I dug for myself in the land of Canaan. There shall you bury me. Now therefore, please let me go up and bury my father, then I will return. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury your father, as he made you swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and all the servants of Pharaoh went up with him, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph, and his brothers, and his father's household. They left only their little ones, and their flocks, and their herds in the land of Goshen. And chariots also went up with him, as well as horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond the Jordan, and they lamented there with a very great and grievous lamentation. And he observed 7 days of mourning for his father. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning at the threshing floor of Atad, they said, This is a grievous mourning for the Egyptians. Therefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond the Jordan. And thus his sons did to him as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mamre, which Abraham had bought with the field for a possession of a burial place from Ephron the Hittite. And after he had buried his father, Joseph returned into Egypt, he and his brothers, and all who went up with him to bury his father. And when Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, What if Joseph bears a grudge against us and pays us back in full for all the evil which we did to him? And they sent a message to Joseph, saying, Your father charged before he died, saying, Thus shall you say to Joseph, Please forgive the transgression of your brothers and their sin, for they did you wrong. So now please forgive the transgression of the servants of the God of your father. And Joseph wept when they spoke to him. And his brothers also went and fell down before him and said, We are here as your servants. And Joseph said to them, Do not be afraid, for am I in the place of God? Even though you intended evil against me, God intended it for good, to do as it is this day, to preserve alive a numerous people. Now therefore do not be afraid. I will sustain you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's household. And Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation, the children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were also born on Joseph's knees. And Joseph said to his brothers, I am about to die, but God will surely visit you and bring you up out of this land to the land which he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph made the children of Israel swear, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall bring my bones up from here. And Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt.